Good morning. It is much cooler today than it was for the last couple days. Temperature wise, I'm looking at about 82 degrees right now, but humidity is way down. We're down to like 40% humidity, so it's actually decent. So just like everybody else, we always have a big list of things that need to be done, and one of the things that we've had on our list for quite a while now is to pull some of these stumps that we have in our forest area. This area here, well, behind you, was all really heavily wooded. There was brush this deep throughout the entire thing. We've cleared it all. We've cut out a lot of the trees that we don't want, and when we remove them, most of the ones we pulled out were box elder trees, which they really have no value to us. They're kind of a crappy tree in that they'll grow fast, but then like the top half will die, and it'll just be like this half alive, half dead tree forever. We don't want them. We kept all of the elm trees, we kept all of the walnut trees, and some of the understory, and we've started planting new food throughout this entire area with pear trees, some plum trees, and a lot of berry bushes. So what I'm going to work on today is getting a couple of these stumps pulled. When I cut the trees off that I didn't want, I left the stumps pretty high so I can get my chain around them on my truck and yank these things out of here. If we can get them all pulled out, we'll go get the tractor, we'll put the bucket on the front, we'll come back, we'll scoop them all up, and we'll dump them in the fire pit. So I have tried a few times to pull these things out with my tractor, and it just doesn't have the weight or the momentum to get some of these things out. Big old truck, F-150 Super Cab. It's got a lot of weight, a lot of momentum. You get moving a little bit and them stumps generally just pop right out of the ground. Most of the box elder trees, the roots aren't very substantial, so they should come out pretty easy. How do you get a knot tied in your chain? That's hilarious. Not bad for the first try. No, it took a lot of dirt with it. Let's go find the next one. They're gonna get a little harder because some of them are back in there a ways. So I might have to get the tractor and move some of the ones I pull. Like this one's gonna be in my way now, so. So not too bad. We're definitely have a lot of low spots on our property, especially after people parking in our yard tore things up pretty good. So we're gonna get a load of topsoil here pretty soon, and I'll be able to fill this in a little more. I think this is our next target. I have one here, small, medium, small, small. There's another one way back there. I don't know if we'll do that one today or not. We planted grass in here last fall and it's grown up nice. It's a pain mowing, trying to mow around all these stumps and trees, but once the stumps are gone, it won't be as bad. This Virginia creeper stuff was everywhere. It's still everywhere. It's gonna take a while to get rid of that. Another decent sized one. So you see what I mean about how they're crap trees? This thing was this big around. And this is basically like 80% of the root system. They're just really weak trees. I'm sure they serve a purpose, but I haven't found one. They're not even good for burning. We're getting farther and farther away. I had to break out my tow strap. Otherwise, I gotta try to figure out how to get my truck in here, so it's working. That one was kind of big. Didn't want to come out. Well, this one's not coming out. My tow strap has too much elasticity to it, so I can't get a good bite on it. I can just cut this one down. Can't always be perfect. You gotta take what you can get. And be thankful for it. So this here, there's one way back there, but I'm gonna have to take my truck around through the pasture and come back to get that one. I can't reach. I don't have a long enough chain or strap. This is the other one. And I really don't know if I can get this one. I think it's too big. I don't want to break anything or have something snap and fly back and hit my truck. So all that's left is I'm going to go back around one more time through the food forest, use the float mechanism on the front end loader and try to drag some of them holes and fill in some of that dirt. And it's a successful project for today. It was pretty easy. It only took me a couple hours to do this. The truck made it really easy to pull things out. There was that one stump I couldn't get, which is not a big deal. I didn't expect to get all of them. That one was a different species. I think that was an elm tree, and it must have a completely different root system than these box elder trees that just kind of pull right out of the ground. Tractor turned out to be really handy for loading all that stuff up. I probably shouldn't have put all of that in the bucket. Probably should have made 2 trips. It was quite a bit, but it worked fine. I kept it low and still learning the mechanisms of the front end loader. It's definitely not like I can't do it blind yet at this point. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dump, and then I accidentally curl back instead of curling forward. So it's taken me a while to get used to it, but the more I do it, the more I'll learn it and I'll get better. So it's afternoon here now. I'm gonna head in the house and get cleaned up and probably run to town to the grocery store. Rachel's still gone. She's gonna be in Florida for another 4 days, 5 days, something like that. So I need some groceries and a few little supplies around the house, and then I'm gonna come back and relax for the rest of the day. So we'll see you guys on the next one.